So now we're talking about forgiveness. Somebody needs to forgive somebody. Um, Somebody did you wrong. And without faith, it is impossible to please God because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. So that's what we're starting off with. Let me see. Parrot. Somebody is copying you. Is this what the issue is? Somebody's dealing with some copycats, people trying to vibe with you. What is the ultimate issue that we need to forgive? Okay. Somebody wiggling around. It's basically like their energy is irking you. Yeah. People fighting their own demons. That's what's bothering you. Maybe you don't realize that people wiggle around and copy you because you're one. You can see them wiggling because you're still. Normally their whole world is wiggling. So they kind of live in like a petri dish. Everybody's just wiggling, wiggling, wiggling. And then they don't have any solid or stable thoughts, feelings, or emotions. And you just kind of see them. And the reason they wiggle is because they're being attacked. They're under attack. So just imagine it's like someone is plucking their head, then their head will bob one way. And if someone kicks them in the gut, then they move this way. So they're being beat up and kind of like wiggling like they're in a frying pan because they're in hell. They're being tortured in hell, fighting these demons. They're brothers and sisters and Satan. And that's just the way their life is. So it's time to forgive them for their sins and for irritating you and irking you because their physical body is still around you. I feel like this could be just people you're around, like somebody on a bus. I'm seeing somebody in a bus, somebody in a club, somebody at work. Whoa. All right. So this is your strength and this overwhelming energy right now to get stronger. Build up a tolerance for this, like lactose, like a lactose intolerance, because because these people are never going to change unless they call on God, and you can't get rid of them. They're human beings. Just because they're suffering doesn't mean they don't deserve to have a life. That's just not how the world works. So you have to be strong. You have to have patience with them. Realize that they have reprobated minds. They have mental issues. They don't see the world the way you see the world. It's not like they're intentionally trying to piss you off. And yeah, I feel like you might have been belittling them a little bit, and this is a terrible habit. So whoever I'm talking to, just have patience and try not to belittle people too much because that's just gonna look bad on you. These people are never going to be offended by anything you say because they're being tormented, and anything coming from you is love. So if anything, they're gonna they're gonna take the role of being the victim or yeah, they're gonna take the role of being the victim because they want your love. And that's a really sad situation to get involved in because coming from the person I'm talking to, your angle, like you're never gonna really feel that love. Like, where is this going? This is getting really deep. Yeah, I just feel like I'm dealing with a lot right now. Like, this is something just to let go of. This could be somebody in a relationship. Um, Somebody that's just not on your spiritual level. And for whatever reason, you found this person attractive at some point, but you realize it's check and you have your own things to worry about and deal with, your own life to cultivate and nurture. And you just don't have time for raising adult children because that's the issue that I'm seeing here. Like, this is somebody who just does not have it all together and is looking to you to be their rock when they should be looking to Christ. They're looking for a parent, but this person is so developmentally delayed that is like a fetus almost looking for a parent, or yeah, like a freaking sperm cell looking for a egg. I'm looking for an adult, and that's the end of it. I'm not raising an adult child. So we have 10 of Pentacles, and then this poverty, this 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like either or. These are opposite cards here. I feel like you could go either way with this. And then what I'm getting from this card is like someone is offering you something that you don't want, and it doesn't matter what it is, whether it is or let's do this from scratch. Let's start over. Let's hit the road and just live off the land or whatever they're coming to you with is based on what you seem to want. Like if you're ready to get away from this, then they're going to offer you poverty. Yeah. And this is also Hierophant is kind of like it could go either way. Is you making a judgment between these two. And I feel like either way, until they get their situation together, and this is for anybody you're dealing with, until any person coming up to you gets their situation together, I feel like it's just not going to work out because you're always going to be the one in this judgmental position looking down on these people or this person, you know, because they look up to you. If they had their own passions in life and goals and desires, they'd be looking up to their goals. And then when you two lock people in love, it's not a servant looking to his king or looking to his shepherd. And I feel like that's just weird for some people to deal with. You have tradition, conformity, spiritual wisdom. Yeah, someone's definitely looking to you like you have it all together. All right, so let's move on from these tarot because that is just building up. The energy there is building. And I'm feeling it like it's on volcano. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. All right. What I'm getting from that is somebody's trying to use you to be their lighthouse. And they don't realize that in order for you to shine, you have to burn. And that's energy. And then we have let no man be God reward. And the voluntary humility and worshiping of angels, intruding into those things which he has not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind. All right, so this is saying be considerate of people you seek advice from concerning this issue because nobody really understands what you're going through. I feel like, it's always going to be somebody looking from the outside, and you personally are who you are. So you really can't see from anybody else's perspective. Like someone trying to give advice to the sun and saying, yeah, I understand your pain. You're up there burning. But it's just, no matter who around you, they're taking your energy. They're absorbing your energy. They're using your power for something else. And that's all you see. 2 of Wands. It's almost like this imbalance here. Like you see this child being held, but you can't really tell who's absorbing what. It's almost like the adult is absorbing from the child, but the child is absorbing from the adult. And there's this balance of energy. So I feel like that's where we're headed. But this is where we are. Because with this situation, this is a servant. This is a soldier. He'll do whatever he's told. And if he doesn't do what he's told, then he's going to be sentenced to death. Like he's no longer useful unless he's doing what he's being told to do. It's not an individual we're talking about. Okay. So we started out with you forgiving this person and kind of just letting go of the vibe of needing subjects around you. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was upon him, and by his wounds we are healed. So if you're having a hard time letting go of the fact that you deserve deserve to be too. But at the same time, you're creating this subservient situation around you where nobody is really thinking for themselves. They can't handle your energy. They yeah. So I feel like in order to get over this, what's putting you in this box right now, forcing you to be king, is to forgive whoever put you in this situation as a child. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who might have been, um, you might have had some parents who weren't really parents, and this is somebody who was very mature, somebody who might have been made to grow up fast because the people taking care of you weren't as responsible. And since this is the personality that you developed as a child, it just became who you are. So even as you grew up and you had opportunities to develop into this adult, you had already established who you were. So you missed out on those chances to develop. Like, for example, I'm talking to somebody who, being around children as a child, you never to what they were saying. You just always felt like it was stupid, or it didn't really make sense, or you just watched them wiggle around, and it's like they're children. It's just they're clearly children who don't know what they're talking about, don't know what they're doing, have to rely on their parents for everything. And then, you turn around, go home, make your own dinner. You might have let yourself in the house. Maybe nobody was home to let you in the house, etc. You grew up being so much more disciplined, and you might have where you snapped, or you like, yeah, I might be talking to somebody who you just couldn't handle it at some point. If this feels like the point where you're headed, this is like the intervention out, and slowly accept the fact that there are other people who know what they're doing. There are other people who have that proper upbringing, who don't look at you like a god or a king, someone you can lean on, someone you can trust, and people who you can trust and lean on before you snap out and have to find out the hard way, like rolled out in a what are those things called? That the hospitals use. But anyway, let's just close this up. We have 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and 4 of Swords. All right. 5 of Cups. Let's look that up. 4 of Cups is stability. No, this is 4 of Swords. All right, this is you staying up late at night. And this is, or you just overthink. 5 of Cups. Regretful rumination. Stuck in the past. Oh, okay. Well, this is 4 of Cups. All right. So, and then Queen of Wands to replace this Hierophant. It's kind of like you're a queen no matter what. Where I'm talking to is in this authority position, and that's why you were expected to be this way as a child, because they saw the light in you and they just said, that's it, that's our lighthouse. Almost like, I could be talking to someone from India or the East, or just to use an example of the children who are sometimes worshipped as deities, and then when they get older, they're still expected to behave like a normal human being. But you have this upbringing, so it's just like it doesn't work out the same way because you have an inflated ego. But I feel like this ego is normal to you because it's true what happened to you as a child. You were worshipped as a deity, so you do have that deity in your background, in the back of your mind, is that this is who you truly are. And so I feel like you're linking up with Christ and linking up with his angels to begin anew. It's like, I really do have this background. I do have this experience, and I feel that I can be useful to your kingdom.